Hello and good morning. It's International Women's Day. Now, if I had Facebook Live, which Mark Zuckerberg and his international wife have not given me yet, I could just pop on my video right here on Facebook and start talking, but I don't have it yet. Mark would really like it. So I'm using something else. So I was in the shower this morning and I started thinking about all these Hallmark holidays, as I call them, although I've never seen a card for International Women's Day. But why is it only one day? Because, women run the world, women are strong, women do all kinds of things for everybody every day. And I don't know why it's only one day. It actually didn't become a holiday in the United States until 1977. Prior to that, it was a socialist holiday that actually began in the early 1900s. I won't even get into the whole socialist thing. But it's a day to honor women all over the world. And if you are online at all, you are going to see all kinds of famous women being honored. But while I was in the shower thinking about this, I thought, there's a few women I know that are international that deserve to be mentioned and that I think about, and some more than others, some more frequently than others, I should say. And I'm going to share them with you very quickly here. They are in no particular order. The first international woman, I have no clue what her name is, but she rescued me when I was in Sussex, England this summer, trying to get from the University of Sussex, where I was visiting my daughter, back to Heathrow so I could catch my plane. It was pouring rain. It was 5 a.m. in the morning. I had no clue how to get my train ticket out of the kiosk. I was wet. I was flummoxed. I was nervous about traveling alone. And this woman with a very heavy Scottish brogue came to my rescue, grabbed my credit card out of my hand because the train was approaching the station, helped me get everything that I wanted, shuffled me onto the train, and actually came with me because she was also going to Gatwick, sat next to me the whole time. We had a very nice conversation, and she pretty much got me on my flight on time. So to her, I still say thank you. The second international woman is a woman who's become kind of like part of our family. She is my cleaning lady. Her name is Julie. She is from El Salvador. She works her fingers to the bone, not just for me. She only comes every other week, but when she's here like 8 hours. She has children that still live in her country. She sends them money. She sends them clothes. She studied to be a U.S. citizen and passed her test 2 years ago. Her husband lives back in El Salvador. Most of her family does, and she's here working in America to provide them a better life. And I so honor her. She, like I said, is just like part of our family. Nicest lady in the world. And when she goes to her country and comes home, she always brings us a huge bag of El Salvadorian coffee. So you've got to honor that, right? And she's just a wonderful woman who I enjoy having here in our house when she's here. The third woman, who's international, she's from Poland. I met her when I was teaching Hebrew school, and she would bring her husband in for Holocaust Memorial Day so he could share his story of being in a concentration camp with the kids that we were teaching Hebrew to, so they would never forget the Holocaust really did happen. And he would share his very moving, very tearful story. And his wife, who was this very big, strong Polish woman, would wheel him in his wheelchair. He would recount his story. She would cry every single time and made a point of talking to every single student in the room, hugging them, shaking their hand. An amazing woman, obviously an amazing man too, but I think about her often and the sacrifices that both of them made in their lifetime, and the fact that they share it with our young people, which is so important. Lastly, although certainly not least, are my two daughters, both international women. My oldest is 100% Chinese, very private, doesn't like me to talk a lot about her on Facebook or anywhere public, but my Chinese daughter, who will be graduating UCLA at the end of this year and heading off to her real adult life outside of school, and obviously an international woman that I love and adore and think about every single day. And my second daughter, my youngest, who is from Kazakhstan, and she recently turned 18, and decided it was time for her to find a life outside of our home. So she is on her own now. And did you know, this is an excellent segue, that it's also National Pancake Day? Well, she works at IHOP, so if you want a stack, I think they're free, of free pancakes, go over to IHOP today. She works at the one in Newbury Park. If you see her, and many of my friends here locally know who she is, tell her I said hello. Another international woman who is out finding herself. So happy International Women's Day to you. Think about those people you know that didn't make the history books, aren't on the news all the time, but that are important to you and have done something for you that you have remembered.